Alright, so I'm out here in the garden this morning. I want to share with y'all what I'm doing to organically remove all the unwanted weeds that have kind of overtaken some parts of the garden. Even though we have the weed fabric, which I'd highly recommend you add to your vegetable garden. I got a video you can check out on what I'm exactly talking about with this weed fabric. This black stuff that you see in all my videos is a weed fabric. So check that video out to learn more about that to prevent most weeds. But we do have a little bit of weeds growing in where we planted our potatoes and onions, and also in the walk areas and whatnot. So let me show you how to organically, easily, effectively remove them in your vegetable garden. As you've seen in my previous video, this is what the weeds had overtaken the area, and we're going to spray this with a 20% vinegar solution. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so what you want to buy to organically remove weeds is this 20% vinegar. I've got a couple different brands here, as you can see. This one here has citrus oil. I have read some people recommend adding orange oil to the 20% vinegar. This vinegar now is not like the vinegar you will find in your grocery store shelf. Okay, this stuff is 20% vinegar. The stuff on your grocery store shelf that you may use for cooking or canning is only a 5% vinegar acidity. Okay, so this is 20% vinegar. You can also find stronger solutions of this vinegar. You can get even up to 30% vinegar. I think 20% is enough for it to do what we're going to do. So all you need to do is use this straight 20% vinegar. Do not dilute it, do not add any water. And what I usually do is put it in one of these spray cans and sprayer, and I just spray it where I want it. Just be careful, whatever you spray will most likely die, so you want to be very selective on where you spray this stuff. But this is what I would highly recommend you use for organically removing any kind of unwanted grasses or weeds. This stuff is really great to, if you want to start a new bed area, to clear out some vegetation maybe. So this is what I have used, and as you can see, this area here is all but burnt up before you can imagine. You saw in the clip of just overtaking weeds here. And it will take a couple of days for the grasses to die down, but the best time I would recommend you add this to your garden is in the heat of the day. Of course, this is summertime. We're in 100-degree temperatures right now, so this is a perfect prime time for our spring cleanup that is actually going to be in the summertime, so we get ready for the fall garden. But spray this in the heat of the day directly on all your vegetation. If you have really thick amounts, you may have to do a second spraying, and that will most likely kill it. Just give it several days before it will die back and look like this here. So as you can see, we've got all of this sprayed up and all through here, and that's what we're going to do. So highly recommend you use a 20% vinegar for your vegetable garden to easily remove the weeds. So all you got to do is come in here with the hoe and just scrape back all this dead grasses, and it's going to be pretty simple here. Just clear it out. This 20% vinegar you can find most time at your local garden centers, that's where I got it from, or you can get it at online. I'll put a link down below where you can get on Amazon. They have pretty good reasonable prices there for that as well. Just remember to wear gloves, because this stuff is pretty strong and stout, and maybe some eye protection. Just be very careful when you're working with any kind of chemicals. So this is the organic way to use organic herbicide choice here. As you can see, our weed fabric is underneath here, and where we have the weeds growing is where we had the onions planted, and where we had, these are where all the potatoes were. So we're going to clean all this out, leave the weed fabric there, because as you can see where our plants are underneath here, if I can show you, there's not a lot of weeds under there, just right around the plant themselves, which we can easily pull by hand. So this weed fabric is great. That's the first recommendation. Second, if you have any weeds, get your 20% vinegar. So be careful when you're walking around in your garden spraying this 20% vinegar solution on your weeds. As you're walking around, it's going to get on your shoes, correct? Well, a tip for you, keep in mind that it's on your shoes. So when I walked outside of my garden here, you can see my footprints. A couple of spots here from where my feet touched the grass, and it just burned up the yard just a little bit there. So keep in mind that this stuff will kill anything that it touches. Weeds. Now, as we get ready for the fall garden, it's time to remove the sickly plants, the burning back, the dead, the diseased plants. You can go ahead and keep, you know, the stuff that's still producing, like our okra here. But this stuff we've had from last fall, this kale, the squashes over here are starting to burn up, and these tomatoes, there's no point to try to save these tomato plants and let them go through the summer. It's time to actually plant new ones, and for a fall garden, because you can just see this. I mean, I water this and we take care of this pretty well, but the tomato plants, they've been here quite a while. It's 100 degrees, they get stressed out. The best way for a fall garden is to just put some new plants in, but make sure you get smaller variety tomatoes that will be harvested before we get cooler or have it freeze. So as you can see, we're going to clean all this out. All of the diseased and sickened squashes, zucchinis, green beans we can actually replant some more of these beans right now, and that will be fine. So the best way to get ready for the fall garden is to really clean out all of the diseased, dead, dying vegetables that you may have. Even though it may be hard to pull out some of these items, maybe you've left some stuff from the last fall or winter, let's get this all cleaned out, fresh, clean slate, so you can get ready for the fall vegetable garden, which I would highly recommend planting a fall garden. I never have any kind of disease problems. The weeds are minimal in the fall, winter, and pests, bugs, I've never had any weeds. Plus it's, you know, cooler, it's easy to work out in the garden in the fall, and I just highly recommend you all to really try a fall garden if you have never done it before. Start with just a little bit if you like, and you know, next year you can expand your fall garden, but the fall garden is the way to go. So get you a fall garden going. Now's the time here in North Texas to get cleaning up all of our vegetation. Of course, we're going to keep the okra and the healthy looking things. All of our different pepper plants here we're going to go ahead and keep, because they are healthy and they're making through this summer time is the best time for them to be growing, of course. So that is what I recommend, and what we will be doing here is cleaning all this out and replanting some of those tomatoes. I'm not sure if I'm going to replant tomatoes or not. Alright, so it's getting quite hot out here. I've got a lot of the cleanup done. I'm going to spray a little more for a little bit of grass and weeds that we got growing. You can see this weed fabric makes it very easy to clean up most of it. Our walkway here had quite a few weeds, and we got some along the fence line here with weeds. We're going to spray the rest of this. I'm going to take a break. That's about it for today. You can see we got our peppers and okra left. I'm going to leave the Swiss chard for now. I may pull it up and plant some new later, but I'll leave it for now. And yeah, so we're going to get going here, cleaned up, and get ready for the fall vegetable garden, because it is just too hot to do much more out here when it's 100 degrees every single day. Alright, so thanks for watching. Make it a great day. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome everybody that has come new. Follow me on my journey as we get our fall garden ready. We're still harvesting some of our late summer crop vegetables here. It's time to get ready for the fall. We're actually going to grow a lot of fall stuff for making baby food, so stay tuned on that. Very exciting time for us, so make it a great day. Hey Molly, what are you doing?